Welcome back to the Crypto Report, everybody. I am Crypto Kip, and man, oh man, what a crazy morning to be doing a live stream as the volatility on Bitcoin has been going absolutely wild. But there is a very specific reason for it that I'm going to share with you guys in this stream. And it's something, guys, that I've been talking about over and over and over again. I've got some price predictions that I've come out with recently, some key levels for Bitcoin, and we just smashed right into one of the most recent levels that I've been talking about, $35,000 Bitcoin. We hit it as a ceiling, exactly as we predicted here on the channel, guys. We broke above some of these other key levels. 35 is the last key level before we go into a even crazier parabolic mode where we start getting up into 40,000 plus. The gains on Bitcoin have been spectacular, but greedy traders are getting wrecked right now, both the shorts and today the longs. We got to look at this, guys. The S&P 500 is rallying right now. This is interesting to see, and we got to talk about some of these key reasons that we're seeing some of these moves happen, guys. If you like this kind of content and you're excited for crypto and the movement that we're having in the markets right now, just smash that like button so hard that you break your thumbs. Let's go, guys. Bitcoin's pumping. It's a wonderful day to be YouTubing about some crypto because things are exciting, guys. Right now, the overall market cap of crypto is at 1.25 trillion. And so let's just jump right into that because you already know Bitcoin hit 35,000. Right now, though, it's at 33,000, so it's down a little bit. Ethereum was up above 1,800. But look at the last 7 days, 18.11% gains for Bitcoin. Guys, a $500 billion market cap coin, Bitcoin, went to a $650 billion market cap coin. $100+ billion flowed into the crypto market. Well, into Bitcoin, excuse me. Well, how did the overall market cap change on this news? Well, let's look at this, guys. So Bitcoin broke out to new highs, but what's the overall market cap doing? Well, when you take a peek at this, you might be a little bit surprised, guys. First thing I want to highlight for the craziness that's going on in the crypto market. Well, it is exciting that Bitcoin is pumping. What's the real story? Well, look at the overall market cap for crypto. Back in 7/15 of 2023 and all the way back in April of 2023, we were up at these levels. We were up at 1.28, $1.3 trillion. And right now, the market cap, even though Bitcoin's breaking to its high for the year, the overall market cap of crypto is not yet at its high for the year. So what does that story tell us? This is very important, guys, and you're not going to get this from every channel out there. But that tells us that money is moving out of altcoins like Coin, like Binance Coin, like Ethereum, like any other coin, anything that's not Bitcoin. Money's moving out of altcoins and into Bitcoin. Now, that doesn't mean that there's not new money going into altcoins. That doesn't mean that the US dollar of altcoins aren't going up as well, but overwhelmingly so, more money is falling out of what is seemingly more of the lower cap altcoins and some of these other meme coins that people liked and all these other things that people were gambling with during the bear market, and it's moving into Bitcoin, moving into you want to call it a risk-off asset. At least in crypto, it's the least risky asset, Bitcoin, and that's what we're seeing right now. So this move isn't necessarily new money coming into the market. It certainly could be a portion of that, and likely that is something that's happening. But note, Bitcoin is reaching all-time highs, and the overall market cap is not, which means money is definitely flowing from altcoins to Bitcoin, which is something that we talk about over and over and over again on this channel because that's just what happens in a pre-halving year, guys. That's just how it works. Bitcoin hit 35,000 and came back down to 33.7 right now. Not saying this rally can't continue and not saying that new money is not going to come in, but let's tell it how it is, guys. Looking at some of the altcoins right now, Binance is currently down 2.29%, currently sitting at $224. Got a very interesting chart for you of Binance versus Bitcoin. Binance is breaking down right now through some key resistances. We got to take a peek at that. XRP is doing pretty well at 5.5 cents, also up 12.74% over the last 7 days, probably because of some of the positive news we've seen about the executives from Ripple and XRP getting their lawsuit dropped versus the SEC. The overall lawsuit for Ripple is still on the table for the SEC, but things are looking good. I've seen some analysts saying that the SEC only has a 10% chance of winning. I don't think they have any chance of winning. Gary Gensler's a corrupt little smarmy guy. I don't really like him so much, but you know what? XRP is going to come out on top. People are optimistic. That's why this is pumping. Solana is absolutely making moves. Ranked number 7 right now. Strong competitor in the top 10 at a $12.9 billion market cap, crushing the $30 price level, doing well. One of the outliers in the altcoin market that's performing better than Bitcoin right now. Look at some of these other alts, guys. Not a lot of altcoins are going to outperform Bitcoin. Most are not going to outperform Bitcoin, but certainly some will. Some will. And Solana right now is one of those outliers. So if you're a Solana holder, congratulations, guys. I know my friend Black is very excited about that. Cronos, though, you got something to be excited about. The CRO coin token is currently at 5.7 cents, up to a $1.4 billion market cap, moving on up. But don't be fooled, guys. It is still moving down versus Bitcoin. Bitcoin is outperforming CRO. Just look at the last 7 days, and you see that exact story right there, guys. Now, the S&P 500 is moving up on a day where Bitcoin's coming down. Bitcoin hit 35K. The market opens the next day, S&P 500 goes up, and Bitcoin's coming back down from 35K, but no rally goes on forever, even for Bitcoin, guys. So this is a necessary retracement for Bitcoin, and we're going to talk about some of these key levels right now. So let's just take it in, guys. So what happened? What happened in the last 24 hours? Well, first of all, there were some shorts liquidated. That's what drove this thing breaking through two of our key levels in a hurry. One through 30,500 and then blasted through without even a thought our $32,300, $32,400 level that we had, that we've been talking about for a while. But right now, you do see what's going on. We had a wick up. These are the weekly candles, by the way. I'll go down to a smaller time frame in a second, but I just want you to see this. Where did this wick go? Exactly as I predicted, to the $35,000 price level, a very, very crucial level for Bitcoin. Smacked it and fell right down off of it. On some exchanges, we went slightly over 35K. On some exchanges, we were slightly under 35K. Bitcoin hit 35K, and now it's just having a healthy retracement. But what could that retracement look like? Well, let's take a peek at it, guys. Let's just take a little peek at it. So again, yesterday, this thing wanted to go to 35K, didn't quite pull it off. Now today, it did. It hit 35K as of after last night when this candle closed, after I think it's 7:30 Central Standard Time at least. It closed, and then overnight, we hit 35K. This morning, we were trying to move up again, but now market opens, S&P 500 is coming up, Bitcoin's coming down. Interesting to see that correlation between the S&P 500 is still not intact. They're doing the opposite thing, which could be good. Could be a good signal, guys. That could mean and at least show you that there's hope that one day it totally splits off and Bitcoin is the opposite of fiat currencies in the traditional system, which honestly, if you're a Bitcoin holder, you're a Bitcoin lover, you got to love that as well. Let's go down to an even lower time frame. I'm going to go down to the 4-hourly candles, and this is what you really need to look at, guys, because this is the story. We tested 35K. Now we're falling down. Where is our support? So, I had somebody on Twitter, Sushi Satoshi, actually, great name, Sushi Satoshi, came out and he said, "Hey, Crypto Kip, is this a good time to short?" Right as it was at 35K. And I tweeted back at him, of course, not financial advice. And I said, well, you short resistance and you long support. Well, this was resistance, guys. And if you had shorted it, which I did not recommend. I don't like to leverage trade. I don't want to do short-term trades. I like to DCA and hold it for the long term. That's my preferential advice. Because what happened here? Why did we pump up? Because greedy traders got wrecked because they tried to long through this support. If you had longed right off this, now here you go. So here, Bitcoin hit support after breaking through the $30,500 level. It came back down. It hit perfectly on my $30,500 level and blasted off. So if you had longed it from there, you could have longed support. It broke through this level in a hurry and moved straight up to 35K. And then if you had taken your profits somewhere as we were approaching this 35K level, you could have hypothetically shorted it here. And now, exactly as Sushi Satoshi was asking in Twitter, here we go. It's coming down. Where's it going to go? The likely spot is probably this $32,500 level, which at that point, we have a couple options. One thing could happen. We could see it hit and bounce back up and trade in this range. We could see it hit like this and then bounce right up and break through and move up like a lot of people seem to be anticipating right now. You could see it also hit this floor and break back down through and test this level again, come up, and we can do a series of things, guys. There's a series of things that can happen. But let me just give you a warning out there. For those of you that think that every time Bitcoin breaks through support, that it's just going to keep going, you'll never be right, because Bitcoin will never keep going forever. There will be retracements. There are key levels that Bitcoin, in a healthy bull market, you want to see it hit a support and bounce up, because then you gain support that keeps the move healthy. The more support that we bounce off of and resistances we break through, the healthier the bull market will be, guys. Is there still a chance that we hit this dreaded $20,000 price level? It's possible. Anything's possible in crypto, but every single day we hit resistance and break through. We hit support, bounce off it, and break through resistance. These $20,000 price levels become more and more in the past and become less and less likely, which is great to see if you've been dollar cost averaging through this. Nothing is for sure, guys. All we can do is look at some key levels, which is exactly what we like to do here at the channel. I hope this has been helpful for you guys. But the truth behind this rally is a couple things. One, Bitcoin, in my opinion, was rallying for two main reasons. One was the fake news about a BlackRock spot Bitcoin ETF getting approved caused hopium in the market that this is coming. It's for sure. And the other false thing that people are just guaranteeing out there, which is dangerous, can't guarantee it, is that when the spot Bitcoin ETF is actually approved, we already know what's going to happen. It's going to pump. That's the most dangerous thought you can have, guys. Never be 100% sure of anything. I like the dollar cost average for that very reason, because I don't like to bet that I'm right at any given time. We can make guesses. It's fun to make guesses. I like to give you guys my key targets for any of the traders out there so you guys can trade if that's something you want to do. It's risky though, and so if you don't have a capacity for that risk, then you shouldn't be trading. And if you do, then you got some great levels that we talk about on the channel to make those plays. But here's a great example. We've been talking about a $20,000 price level and how that's possible. We've also acknowledged the potential for the upside. Now, the bulls won in this scenario. And what was the scenario? Look at the history of this. Yesterday, guys, there was $275 million worth of short positions that were liquidated. So anybody who is out there 100% certain, which is a dangerous place to be, that Bitcoin was going down to $20,000, $275 million worth of longs on Bitcoin were wrecked yesterday because somebody was so sure that something was going to happen. That is not a position you want to see yourself in. If you shorted Bitcoin and it came down and you got liquidated, you're missing all the upside, and that breaks my heart. For anybody that got liquidated out there yesterday, my heart's broken for you because it's happened to me. I made some great trades. I made some terrible trades, guys. That's the pain. That's the history that I want to bring to the table as experience for you guys, to give you guys a realistic idea of what happens in the crypto market, where my mind's at. $275 million worth of shorts were liquidated yesterday. $73 million worth of longs were liquidated too, because people were trying to long it. It was breaking out, which is also a dangerous idea. You do not long in the middle of a rally, guys. You long where? Off the support, if you're going to be longing at all. So you got to find your supports, and you long from the support on the bounce. That is the best way to do it. Of course, if it's breaking through, sure, you can be lucky. You can catch an upswing, but you short resistance and you long support. One of the greatest ways that you can go about that, if that's something you do. Again, not financial advice. You got to make your own trades, guys. You got to make your own trades. But today, notice this. What happened? Overnight, people saw Bitcoin rally and go up like crazy. So what happens? More greedy traders came in with longs, and $100 million worth of longs were liquidated today. So in the past 2 days, we've seen $170-something million worth of Bitcoin that was liquidated on greedy longs, because why? They think Bitcoin's just going to keep going up. You got to look at the key levels, guys, which is exactly what we talk about on the channel. And at the same time, greedy shorts were also liquidated today. And so even if you're looking, say you were looking at the $32,000 level, and it's a good level because we bounced off it, but we hit resistance and we moved up, right? So if you shorted off that level, you got wrecked. You got wrecked. So you got to be careful, guys. We like to talk about the long term here for that very reason, because it can be dangerous. But this is why it happens, because the media hypes you up. Bitcoin doubles for 2023, tops 35K. Bitcoin's at its high for the year. This is spectacular. Bitcoin doubled in the year 2023. That's spectacular. That doesn't mean that I see this article and then all of a sudden I go all in on a long for Bitcoin. That's the worst thing you can do, guys. This is what you need to be aware of. When a news article comes out, you do not want to act on that news. You buy the rumor and you sell the news. The rumor has been the spot Bitcoin ETF, and the news is now Bitcoin doubles for 2023. It's at its high. Everybody's freaking out. FOMO. You don't want to buy in the FOMO, guys. You want to do the opposite of what the masses are doing. I like dollar cost averaging because I don't like to have to think about this too much, but these are the things that get people to have these big liquidations. Coinbase stock is moving up today, which is great to see because 14% pump for Coinbase because of the excitement around the Grayscale ETF ruling. Now, a judge said that the SEC needs to come up with a better reason of why they're not going to approve Grayscale's conversion of the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust into a spot Bitcoin ETF. And so the judge is basically saying, hey, you guys got to consider this. You guys should probably approve this this conversion for Grayscale into a spot Bitcoin ETF. So people are excited on this. This is why Coinbase is soaring. Coinbase is a great stock in my opinion. I love it. I think it's going to be great. I got it at the IPO and that was a terrible idea as you can see. But over the course of the history of this company, I mean, look guys, Coinbase is going to be the custodian for BlackRock spot Bitcoin ETF. So if you're bullish on BlackRock, you should probably be bullish on Coinbase stock as well. And that's kind of why we're seeing this rally. And so it's not just Bitcoin that you can get gains on. You can get gains on right now. Look, Marathon, a mining company, up 10% today. Tesla is even up today. You can see MicroStrategies is up big time today because Michael Saylor buys billions of dollars worth of Bitcoin, which is incredible. And he's making money hands over fist. And so his company's going to do spectacular. There is a lot of reasons for these pumps. And inevitably, when a bull market comes, we're going to see these things continue to rally. But, you know, you see that Coinbase is up 10% today. Today's probably not the day to buy, right? You want to buy it on the red days and you want to take profit on the green days or just continue to just dollar cost average and forget about it and hold for the long term, which is what I like to do. But these are some of the things that are going on, guys. People see headlines, people see media news about the ETFs coming, which again, BlackRock spot Bitcoin ETF, that was fake news. And then we also saw this news about the XRP case, which I think gave crypto this extra juice. And then what happened from there is basically, we saw these liquidations, these short liquidations, and this is going to be a theme, guys, because when this bull market really goes, you're going to see these liquidations go up way higher than this. You're going to see $1 billion liquidation day on the longs, on the shorts, regardless. As these markets get heated up and more money starts flowing in and institutions start buying and people start FOMOing, you're going to see a lot more greed. You're going to see a lot more liquidations, which gets us a lot more volatility, which could be the thing that drives us up to $45,000 for Bitcoin in a week, or it could be the thing that drives us up to $45,000 in a week and back down to $30,000 in a day. These are the things that we see in crypto. This is what happens when the bull cycles come, guys, and it's what you need to be aware of. Right now, the story of altcoins versus Bitcoin is very, very important. Look at Binance versus Bitcoin right now. It is breaking down in a very big way, and there's a couple levels that I'm looking at. One is right now at the peak of this other massive green candle back from 2021. We could stop right here. That is certainly a possibility. Other than that, I'm looking at the bottom of this candle and the top of these candles over here, right at about what would be a, let's see, about another 31% crash for Binance versus Bitcoin. Now, for CRO holders, you should be excited because we are almost to the end of the pain if my prediction is right here. Who knows exactly how it plays out, but we've only got about 16 or 15% downside now left for CRO versus Bitcoin, which is great because once we hit the bottom here, then maybe we can start to perform versus Bitcoin, kind of like Solana seems to be doing right now. And we can see CRO hit the bottom of its channel versus Bitcoin and rally up 1,000% versus Bitcoin. As another solution for smart contract play, Cronos coin and Cronos chain could give this thing a big rally in the next bull market. It's something that I'm looking at in a big way. Right now, CRO on the US dollar perspective is trying to break out through a key level that we're looking at. See this blue line here? If we can break through this line and then even move up to 6 cents and break through this, because again, this is going to be resistance for us likely, then we can continue with our move upward, hopefully get to our pre-FTX collapse value, which is this is where FTX collapsed. You could say this shouldn't have happened. Some others would say, well, it's a bear market. Altcoins just get wrecked. That's how it goes. And to that point, you know, there is something to be said for that. So altcoins are still underperforming versus Bitcoin, exactly as we've been talking about on the channel. We've predicted this. We have had some really good predictions on this. If you guys have been watching the channel, you know it. And if you like that, you should tap that like button for us to support the content because every single weekday, we are going to keep these live streams coming to you guys every single day. 5 videos for you guys, 2 short form videos, 3 long form videos. We're dedicated to the cause, guys. And we know that there are future crypto millionaires watching this video right now, watching the other content that we put out on the channel. And I couldn't be more excited for you guys. And I couldn't be more excited to join you guys in this journey and share with you in the success that crypto can bring to people. This is really a thing. This is an asset class, guys, that can bring generational wealth. But you do have to remember, guys, the very, very important thing is if you're looking for Bitcoin to continue this move upward and you're looking for the crypto markets to continue in an explosion-like way, you need to see the overall market cap break out past some of these other levels at 1.3, 1.35 trillion dollar market cap for crypto overall. And we need to see not only billions, but trillions of dollars start flowing into crypto, which is certainly possible one day. You know, a lot of people like myself like to talk about Bitcoin flipping gold. Gold's market cap is a $10 trillion market cap. Now, the overall crypto market, in my mind, should easily flip gold as an overall market cap. Every crypto coin's market cap put together should flip gold in this bull market. I feel very strongly about that. Can Bitcoin do that? If it does, you're going to see about a $400,000, $500,000 Bitcoin. That would be spectacular. No guarantees on it, but a lot of very big analysts, a lot of banks, a lot of very savvy traders and bigwigs out in the media are saying that this is possible. And frankly, I do think it's possible. I always take what the bigwigs and the media are saying with a grain of salt. I like to do my own analysis. Do your own research, guys, at every time. Don't take my word for it. Don't take the media's word for it. Take everybody's word with a grain of salt and put together your own ideas. That's the best way to be successful. And don't panic. Don't panic buy. Don't panic sell. That's the worst thing you can do when you're trading in any kind of market. Time in the market beats timing the market, guys. If you're in a market for a month, you're much, much more exposed to risk than if you're in it for 5 years, right? So that's always been my strategy with crypto. That's something that I think about. Cryptogenics says, hello. Nifty NFT company says, let's crow. I couldn't agree more. Let's crow. We want to see this thing pump. Fred asks, oh, come on. When alts are also pumping, how can money be taken out from altcoins? Well, that's a good question, Fred. Fred is asking, well, why do you think that altcoins are flowing out into Bitcoin right now? Well, because that's just what's happening. Just look at some of the lower cap altcoins right now, guys. Lower cap altcoins are getting wrecked. Sure, there's maybe 100 tokens that are pumping right now that are altcoins, but what about the other 20,000 altcoins out there? Just go look at, they say Tamas of the world and whatever these meme coins might be, your PSYOP, whatever, your Ben tokens. These things aren't going crazy right now. Most of these little things, the little gems, if you want to call it, 100x gems, 1000x gems, they're crashing right now. It's just not an altcoin season. It's not an altcoin season. There's outliers. There's always going to be outliers. If you're in one of those outliers, congratulations. You're making bank hand over fist. If you got an altcoin that's outperforming Bitcoin, you're always in a good spot. But right now, the safe play and what you're seeing a lot of people flee to is Bitcoin, because that's what goes up leading into a halving event. That's what just goes up. That's just how it works, guys. More money flows into BTC. No outflow from alts. How could alts pump then? That's simple math. Fred, you gotta look at the overall picture, man. You gotta look at the overall picture. Let's do it this way. Let's just see. Let's look at this a little more closely. So here you go. Here's your top 100 tokens. Again, top 100 tokens, pretty good. Pretty good to see. A lot of these are pumping. A lot of these are green over the last 7 days, for sure. A lot of these are green. But if we start to go into some of these lower cap plays, I'm sure that we will see. And let's test it, Fred. Let's see if you're right. So let's go down. I'm going to go to the bottom of this chart here, and let's go to page 5. Let's just see what's going on there. Some of these are pumping as well, but keep in mind, guys, these are $45 million market caps, very, very low market caps. So a lot of these are going up. Overall market is pumping. So look, both things can be true at the same time, right? Money can be flowing out of altcoins into Bitcoin, and newbies can be coming in with fresh cash. And that's also something very important, guys, that I did acknowledge at the beginning of this stream. Just because altcoins, are pumping doesn't mean that altcoins aren't flowing into Bitcoin, right? It's not 100%. As you can see, some of these lower cap altcoins don't have as big of gains as Bitcoin right now, and they're getting wrecked even harder within the hour time frame. That's just how it works. there's certainly new money coming into crypto right now. You have to credit that. But overwhelmingly, why is Bitcoin dominance going up? Because new money and existing money in the market are majority flowing into Bitcoin and less so into altcoins. That's the real story, guys. So I'm not saying every altcoin is selling and every altcoin needs to go to zero so Bitcoin can keep pumping. Altcoins can go up. Let's look at CRO. I mean, CRO is a perfect example, guys. CRO is a perfect example. We just talked about this. What is CRO doing right now? CRO coin is going up because there's money flowing into it. But remember, this is only a $1.2 billion market cap. So for CRO coin to have a 10% gain is much easier than Bitcoin to have a 10% gain. But what's happening for CRO versus Bitcoin? It's getting wrecked. It's getting absolutely wrecked right now, which honestly, you want to see. Why? Because we want to see CRO coin versus Bitcoin hit support so we can rally off support and get a redemption pump for CRO. That's what you want to see, guys. So look, people take things very literally sometimes. I think you have to set your emotions aside. Stop trying to be right all the time. I just want to give an objective opinion on it, guys. I don't want to be right in that Bitcoin goes down to $20,000. I just want everybody to make money in these markets. I don't want you to get liquidated. I don't want you to get greedy. I don't want you to leverage trade off of one particular target, right? I want to give you a full-on perspective, and if you want to be a trader, you go do your own research and you come up with your own opinion. And if you don't believe that money's flowing out of altcoins into Bitcoin, then that's fine. You can believe that. That's fine. But let's just look at the charts and see what's going on. And the overall market cap for crypto is telling us a very interesting story. And that story is, guys, is that crypto is not, though Bitcoin's making all-time highs, the overall crypto market is not right now, which isn't a bad thing. It can certainly happen. It could happen tomorrow. We could certainly see that happen. But right now, that's not happening. And so that leads me to believe that altcoins are outflowing into Bitcoin right now. And new money is likely coming into the market in some capacity. But I think overwhelmingly, you're seeing money flow into Bitcoin. But clearly, new money's, this is what this means. If this market cap goes up, new money's coming in. That's definitely what it means. But think about the Bitcoin's breaking out and this market cap isn't. That's the thought. That's the thought you need to be aware of, guys. And it's something you need to watch. We talk about the overall market cap a lot. We haven't talked about it in the last couple streams because, it's just really been boring time. But all of a sudden, we're in a huge rally and we got to look at some of these key levels again because it's not just 2-3% swings. We're talking about Bitcoin going up 20% in the last 7 days, which is insane. It was up 25% over the last month. And when I looked the other day, it was absolutely incredible. Shy Sox fan for life. Good to see you, brother. Sushi Satoshi, good to see you. Let me know, Sushi, you were asking me on Twitter earlier if it's a good time to short. Did you short Bitcoin? Did you short it on that moment? I'm so curious. Would you ever short Bitcoin? Dangerous game shorting Bitcoin as you're approaching a bull market. It's hard to want to short Bitcoin ever, honestly, in my opinion. But when people do short Bitcoin successfully, man, you make a lot more money a lot faster than when Bitcoin pumps, it seems. Just takes a bold person to go out and do that. But guys, if you like this kind of content, do me a favor. And if you want to support this channel, nothing you can do more to support the channel than just simply tapping that thumbs up, like button for us to tell the YouTube algorithm that you're interested in what we have to say, to tell them that this is good content, to get the algorithm moving and shaking for content creators like us here. And we want to stay dedicated to the cause and keep this coming and grow the audience. I want more questions in the live stream chat so that we can have a interaction with my audience. I really want to know where your guys' heads are at and interact with you. Fred, I'm so happy you put out that comment. I'm not picking on you. I just want to have a discussion about it, and that's what we get to do. And so I support anybody has the right to their own opinion, and we could disagree. Me and my partner on the channel, Black Sea, we disagree all the time, every single day on every little opinion, little differences in opinion. It makes you unique. It makes your strategy better or worse than the other person. And sometimes you're better than other times, right? And so you never know. If you're ever a person that says, I know 100% certain that this is a thing, most of the times you're going to end up a loser. If you remain a skeptic and you are open to both sides of the conversation, and I think those people tend to do better in crypto, but that's just me. That's just me. Shy Sox fan for life says, kind of hesitant on going up-down options. Yeah, it's scary. And especially with this kind of volatility. Look, if you catch a pump, that's great if you were betting on the upside. But if you bet to the upside and you catch a dump, you're gone like that and you're liquidated. Again, that's another liquidation event. you don't want to get liquidated, folks. It can be a great tool to make money, but it can also be a great tool to lose your bags that you've been working so hard on accumulating during the bear market, guys. BGN TX says, nobody's 100%. Crypto is too volatile. Indicators can be misleading. Absolutely, absolutely. Fundamental versus technical analysis don't make sense at times. Absolutely. All of a sudden, that's what the concept of a black swan event is. You can never know 100% certain what's going to happen. Now, here's a great example. Bitcoin had a death cross recently, and everybody hears death cross, and that signals that it's breaking down and it's going to have a big drop. A lot of times what you see, even though it's called the death cross, is you see Bitcoin use the death cross, breaks slightly below it, and it uses it as support. Again, that's the concept of support versus resistance. You long support, you short resistance. Now, anybody who longed the support of the death cross, you made a good play because look, Bitcoin went up from that point like 20%, 25%, absolutely incredible. At the same time, it's very risky because it's called the death cross. It's a technical indicator that says things could go wrong. Now, what we could see, guys, and this is what we've been talking about, is one more big capitulation event. So maybe that plays out like this. Bitcoin rallies off the death cross support, moves up to a $35,000 price resistance, and maybe right now we get that capitulation event. And now it dips down, maybe back down to 25K, and that's a big capitulation, right? 35K to 25K in a day. That would be insane. That would be insane. Or in a week, that's insane. That's a big, big move. Maybe it goes lower. Maybe that doesn't happen at all. Maybe we go up past 35K, break out, move to 45K, and we capitulate from 45K down to 30K or back down to 25K. Maybe we go all the way from 45K to 20. There's a lot of options, guys, but all you can really do is take yourself out of the equation of guessing every single day on that short-term time frame. Unless you're a trader, then you look at the key levels and you get in, you get out. Just like some of these big traders do. Crypto Face makes some really great trades, but what does he do? He gets in and he gets out. He only trades for a couple hours on end. He doesn't leave a trade open overnight 90% of the time. It's just not what you do. You get in, you get out, you look at the key levels, and if you're not doing that, then you're holding for the long term, guys. And so there's a lot of things that can play out in this market. You just got to be careful, guys. You just got to be careful. Cry Stocks Fan for Life. 100% certain that everything is uncertain. That's how it is. That's what it is. And if you're being honest with yourself, that's what you do. I zoom out and I look at the big picture. Is Bitcoin a good investment? Yeah, in my opinion, it is. It's not financial advice. You make your own opinion on that. But history shows us that on average, Bitcoin goes up 100% year over year. And this is another year where Bitcoin was up 100% as of yesterday. Slightly down below it, I think, right now. Still up in a big, big way. Up, actually, I think it's still over 100% gains for the year, which is incredible. So, guys, that's all I got. A little quick stream for you today. I wanted to share that with you. That's all I got in this one, guys. I will have more content come for you later, guys. That's all I have for you today. I'm Crypto Kip. This is the Crypto Report. Don't forget to smash up the like button, subscribe to the channel, and as always, folks, you got to remember to DCA, HODL, and of course, I'll see you next time, folks. Peace.